Well. Look who we have here. Definitely, there was a lot of different vibes we came in with there.
Yeah,
first
because
it was like
we're a cornucopia of emotions always.
A cornucopia. That was one of my favorite things to draw every fall season when I was a little kid.
Right, that was always like on the agenda. Teachers were like, I'll give them this horn of plenty to color
And that was
up.
when I was like, rolled up my sleeves and was like, let me give them a little bit of this. I did a lot of practicing I did a lot of studies of fruit. When I was
Did you really?
in my drawing. I'm not kidding. Every one of my relatives had a watercolor of fruit that I did. My grandma's legit was like, could have been like mass produced. The one I made for her could have been mass produced and sold at TJ Maxx. Like it was
really like hotel.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn here because that was good. That was good. I peaked
horn
though.
of plenty.
I toot my own horn of plenty. Oh my God, I didn't even mean to make that joke.
Episode 494, I just found out something I did not know about Sarah, which is that she had a still life phase.
I did. While I was having no actual life, I was painting still life.
Is the reason that fruit is such a popular still life subject because it's
There's
complicated?
a lot of it. It doesn't move.
Okay.
And it's like available, and you can arrange it. And it's colorful.
Yeah.
And it's not too detailed.
Okay.
It's really just a flat surface that you get to like add texture to. It was great. It's great.
Do you have a particular fruit that you thought was the most fun to draw?
I'm so glad you asked. Grapes.
No.
Grapes were really fun because I always liked like how you could lay it, like make it look like it was like a bunch of grapes. I liked that. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. But my art people are going to know. Like, where are you at, art fans?
No, I think it's
like
super
like
cool.
art, like little like doodle fans. Like, I was like, my grandma seemed to really love it.
No, I would too. If you made me one, I'd frame it.
I do know that you would do this, Susie. You have been a big supporter of my.
That is so true. Half my house is your art.
Yeah, it's like you are big.
But I did not.
You have more art of mine in your house than I have in my own house. This is a fact.
This is a fact. And I did not know that I wasn't friends with you when you did your still life phase.
Right.
Maybe this is a good time then to bring up, I mean, it's an awkward segue, but do you remember when Hugh Hefner dated like 7 blonde women at a time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he like had 3 at a time, whatever.
Yeah.
And
then they made a show about it? Yeah, I'm familiar.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he would always refer to it as like, Picasso had a blue period.
Oh my God. I did hear him. Yes.
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 This is my blonde period, he would always say.
Yes.
And
oh my God.
I bring that up because I just finished reading it's not a new book, but Holly Madison wrote a book about her time with Hugh, and it was called Down the Rabbit Hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just read it, and it really was fascinating. Like,
wow.
Listen, this wasn't a good book or anything. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not literary,
right.
meat.
Masterpiece here.
Yeah, but it was just so fascinating to hear the ins and outs of that whole scenario.
Tell me some highlights.
Well,
or lowlights, whichever. I mean, they're blonde, so probably a little bit of both. Hi-oh!
Hey, well, just that it wasn't all that it appeared to be, of course, and that Hugh famously had all these rules. The girls had to be back in the mansion by 9 p.m. And
it's very controlling and bizarre.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's notable because he was this figurehead of what he wanted people to think was this progressive, sexually free, liberated publication. But the way he lived his life and how he treated his partners was very much not in that vein.
I feel like the person who is the oppressor can't be the head of the move of liberate. Like, it's like, I don't know. He's like,
but he really liked
what do they call
it?
Giving with one hand and taking with the other.
Yeah. Because
yes.
people always point to how he included people of color in the magazine when it was not something that was normally done, which, hats off to you. But it's so much more complicated than just representation when it comes to pornography and whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, the way he treated his partners clearly points towards a traditional view of, men and women.
Yeah. Ugh.
He was the boss.
I don't understand the appeal in any way about being in a relationship with more than... How does anybody have energy to give... I mean, it's hard to give energy to one person, let alone 7.
Yeah,
unless the nature of the relationship isn't an emotional exchange, in which case define what a relationship is.
Well, and I think for people that are in polyamorous relationships, there's an understanding of reciprocity from each partner. I wouldn't be into that, but okay.
There's an emotional exchange. There you go.
But
relationship.
With Hef, it was just sort of like, you should be honored to be on my arm and take with that what I say, which is a lot of restrictions and whatever.
Yeah.
And like the whole dynamic was unfortunate. And a lot of those women that came out of it ended up spilling the beans and saying it was kind of traumatic, actually. Mm. And that does not surprise me.
You know, I'm sure that intention in the beginning of like the magazine and that life, you know, anytime you have somebody who like, I don't know, it's like exists in a vacuum or whatever, like doesn't have any outside influence and is just like, yes, sir, all the time. Sometimes your ideas, I was thinking about that with even just like, you know, fashion and how like you don't get any outside influence and the same people keep designing things and then they're like, oh, yes, let's do that. Yeah. Oh my God, it'd be so great. Run it. And you're just like oh my God.
Syndrome. Yeah. Like, there's nobody saying, wait a minute.
Right. That. And somebody's being like, this is weird.
Well, and he sort of, because of the, I don't know, reputation Playboy had in general, the panache associated with that. I understand why the women agreed to be in the relationship because they saw it as an opportunity. And he preyed upon people that didn't have a lot of options otherwise. Mm-hmm. And so I don't blame them for wanting to be with him and have that dynamic, but it just sucks.
The dynamic is a business partnership. It's not like in hiding as a relationship.
But he would make it seem like it was an opportunity, but then he would squash any opportunities that actually came.
Oh, it's very creepy to me.
Yeah.
And okay, so you know what popped into my head? Remember the woman we had as a guest on here, and she wrote the book about being in the harem?
Yes. Jill Dodd.
Jill Dodd. How similar did the two sound?
Pretty similar.
Oh my God, I was thinking that and hoping that would...
You know?
Ooh.
Well, because you get romanced by the idea of fancy gifts or maybe travel or something like that. But then there's a real dark side to it.
But if you were to say that, do you think Hugh Hefner would have said, yes, I have a harem of women?
No, because...
See, that to me is a problem.
She said she was on the red carpet one time and a journalist said, hey, like, what's this harem all about? And she was like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. She kind of made a joke about it. And then she was scolded because that word implies something that he didn't want to be perceived. But I'm sorry, what is it?
That's
then?
It. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, it was a real downer, but it did bring like
real downer.
It did bring that.
Well, down the rabbit
period.
hole. I mean, that is a very accurate name.
Yeah, and like just that period of time, like the early aughts. Yeah, and then I wanted to say that when I watched the Britney documentary, it is framed in that same time period. And it just made me feel really icky about all of the stuff that was going on with celebrity and
you know what else
reality television.
You can throw on top of that one as a real cherry on the shit sundae of that. remember those behind the music, or not behind the music, making the band.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that creepy dude who was the manager for
Lou
the boy
Pearlman?
bands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ugh. Total.
I'll tell you, I got
creep.
the worst vibes from watching that. Like everything in I remember being that age and being like, gut is telling me,
right?
No,
everyone can see it.
So gross. There was some stuff going on then.
We all agree though that ritual is the opposite of gross.
Very, very not gross. Very good to make your body healthy.
Yes, we love ritual because these multivitamins are so not gross that you don't get an upset stomach because they're time released.
You know what? That was just like a palate cleanser, actually, what you did for me there, because I was like in a gross mind frame, and now all I'm thinking of is like the beautiful yellow, and like it's happy,
minty smell,
and it's minty, and it makes me feel good, and it's like part of my nice day. Much better. Thank you, Suze, for bringing me right back.
You're welcome. And now you can make your ritual available to your children with Essential for Kids, so they can take this really yummy natural citrus berry flavor gummy, and that'll give them their daily multivitamin, the omega-3, and it's a good source of fiber too. And a lot of kids are not getting much fiber, let me tell you. And so you know what you're giving your kids. You know it's high quality, and they have visible supply chain, so you know where the nutrients are coming from and where they're sourced. And when it comes to what goes into our kids' bodies, they've got being picky down to a science. That's why Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/braincandy to start Ritual or add Essential for Kids today. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, that time period, like you said, making the band.
And just so you know, guys, the person who just cleared their throat right there, that was me, not Susie. Sarah.
Right. I've been trying
I don't want
really
anybody
hard.
pointing the finger at you when...
Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, just want to clear that up.
Thank you.
Continue.
Well, and I know that, like, the Britney thing is going to be covered on every podcast in the world, so I don't want to, like, belabor the point, but...
I haven't even seen it, so I can't talk about it.
Well, the takeaway that I wanted to mention was, you know, everyone knows that the paparazzi situation is garbage,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I understand why they do it, because they can make so much money on it. And the reason they can make so much money on these images is because consumers buy these magazines. And so that's human nature. Like, people are going to want to know that stuff. So
Yep.
I can't ask the public, don't buy these magazines. And I can't ask paparazzi to not take the pictures because they want to make a living and they know it's lucrative. So really the only solution is to have regulation on what is an okay thing to take pictures of. To me, that we need to legislate anti-paparazzi stuff. Because I think people have a right to privacy.
Absolutely.
And if the pictures are there, we want to see them.
1,000%. There should be laws about that.
Because that's the main thing, is you see how our insatiable appetite for all this celebrity gossip drives this huge industry, and then it can push human beings to an edge and a breaking point, which then led to the situation now with her conservatorship and stuff.
Oh my God. It's a nightmare. You know,
it's a nightmare. It brought it all into focus because you saw like exactly the timeline and how we treated her and the questions that were asked of her that were not
very
asked
invasive
of the men. Yes.
Yeah, and sexualized, I'm sure. I can just guess.
Well, and also even just the restrictions that are placed upon her now wouldn't be happening if she were a man.
Oh my God.
A 40-year-old man who can't even use an ATM, that would not happen.
That would never happen. Can you tell me what some of those restrictions are?
She can't do shit. She cannot do anything without permission. Anything. She has no control over anything about her life, period.
But why? Like, I don't understand how a judge could deem her unfit. Or if it wasn't that she somehow didn't develop the skills to take care of herself, which seems like a product of the system.
That would be a lot more believable if she wasn't being asked to go
Shows
on
in
X
fucking
Factor.
Vegas.
Yeah. And residencies in Vegas.
It doesn't
and all
make
that
any
stuff.
sense. Who is this judge? Like, this seems like so wrong. There's a big piece. I have to watch it. It feels
and
like,
that's
what am I
somebody said
missing?
in the film. Someone said, well, we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what's in her medical history. Okay, good point. But we do know that her dad shouldn't be making a profit off of her.
Definitely not.
Yeah, like it shouldn't be a business arrangement.
God.
Nobody should make money off of someone who's incapacitated. It's ableism and all sorts of terrible things.
Maybe that I can't watch it because I would just get so angry. I can feel it. Like, when you're just avoiding it, like I know I want to see it, but I just am like, I'm scared.
It's just sad because
sad. Yeah.
We're all rooting for her, but it just feels like there's part of the story we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and it almost feels like wrong of me to even, what's it called? Like, diagnose or even think of something that could be in that file that would make that that conservatorship happen. Like, I don't even feel right exploring that.
Right.
And talking about that, it feels exploitative.
It just feels, though,
sad.
that if somebody can't make their own decisions, which is a real thing that happens to some people, then they shouldn't be working and making millions of dollars because those two things both can't be true.
Right. Yeah, what the fuck?
I know. But anyway, the paparazzi thing is what stood out to me, and it was sort of like, we are all a part of the problem.
Yeah. My mom was real good friends with this guy named Reno Barilotti, who is like, his name is, they call him the king of paparazzi, and he was like the original paparazzi guy in Italy, like where they came up with the name, like years ago. And like I think he wrote a book, and like she talks about how it was like a runaway train.
Yeah.
A few people they start making money, and then it just becomes like and then the paparazzi become famous themselves.
Well, and if somebody was a paparazzi and then felt bad about it and thought, I'm not doing this anymore, it's exploitative, well, someone else would do it. That's why you need to outlaw it.
It shouldn't be. Right,
yeah.
For sure.
But they won't because it's such big business. A lot of people make their living on this industry. Well,
and then they do stupid things. Like what is really annoying is the judge or like, I don't know, however they do it. They make some law. I don't know shit about making laws. And like what the right words are. And so some judge will say or whatever says like, you can't take a photo within 100 yards. Well, fucking A, our cameras can zoom in. Like I can see the craters on the moon. So don't be telling me, like, you can't say that. That doesn't solve the problem because then we still get, topless pictures of, Kate Middleton or whatever they tried to do. Like, who cares? She's in Europe. Let those titties out.
If the situation with Princess Di didn't help anything, then I don't know. I don't know where we can go from there. Because that was the most glaring example of what can happen. And that didn't really make a difference.
It really it's so awful. I don't know. Maybe it's just like, I get this feeling of like guilt from consuming that.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And so I have to like grapple with that. And
yeah, it's a bad situation. And she's become sort of the, best illustration of it at this point. But what a sad story.
I do love those Instagram, though.
Which one?
Of just Britney, being Britney.
I mean,
she's just awesome. I love her. I don't care.
I wish her the best.
I do, too.
That's all I know. We'll just cheer her on.
Yeah.
And hope that good things come her way.
Yeah. I danced to a Britney Spears song at the junior high talent show with all my friends.
God. Do you have video?
I still remember the dance too.
Oh my God.
I could definitely I'll probably like do that. It'll probably become the next big dance on TikTok.
Get that out of storage. Put it on TikTok.
Yeah. You know what? I bet my friend Heather, shout out to Heather, or somebody in that group definitely has. And, you know, we had a guy who was dressing up as Britney. So we were cross-dressing.
An homage.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Another thing that's fantastic, Sarah, is the accountability you get from using Noom.
Yeah, people are loving this, Suze. I'm hearing great things.
I know.
Well, you love anything I love that uses science and like.
Well, right. That's the thing. Because a lot of people want to make changes. Let's say you want to lose weight or you want to, have more energy or have a routine or whatever you want to do to get healthy. Noom can help you do that because they send you scientific evidence about approaches, psychological examples of good choices and how to improve your self-worth and stuff like that. And it really does make you feel like, okay, I'm on the right track. Accountability without judgment. Mm-hmm. And you can do it in just a few minutes a day. And then it keeps you on track, which I think a lot of people are having problems with because we're not in the normal routine these days. So Noom is a great way to stay on track. There is science to getting healthier. It's called Noom. Sign up for your trial today at Noom, Noom.com/braincandy and learn how to get healthy with Noom. Sign up for your trial today. Noom, Noom.com/braincandy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love when science makes my life better.
Always does. Never fails us. It's
okay.
Science.
Did you happen to watch the HBO documentary called Fake Famous?
Oh, Fake Famous. Is it new?
Yeah, it's new.
No, I did not.
This one is exploring
I have so many fun things to watch.
I know. I've been so happy because that makes my life so good when I have something to look forward to in the evening, like, ooh, I get to watch whatever. Yeah. And I watched that last week, and it was about people. They auditioned a bunch of people and chose 3 people that they were going to make famous on social media.
Oh, my God.
Like, basically, they were exposing the ways that influencer culture is not real, and the pictures that you think are so beautiful and glossy and lovely aren't that glamorous or real in real life. And I don't know. I think it's helpful for people who maybe aren't aware that these pictures that make them feel bad about themselves aren't true. And so I think that it can be a helpful film to watch for people who like...
What if you were watching this and you were like a teenager?
I think it would be helpful.
Yeah, I think that's the target audience. I mean, I haven't even seen it, but is it something they would enjoy?
Yeah, because it's exposing the fake followers and the fake likes and the fake comments.
It's all
and
fake.
The fake setup of the images. And it doesn't really talk too much about filters, but that's sort of implied that, nobody actually looks like that all the time. And a lot of the fancy places they're at are sets, where you can rent them. The
smiles, the poses, I mean... It, to me, is okay, everybody, let's laugh. I'm like, oh, my fucking God, are we?
They even brought that up, like the fake laugh that you have to do to look cute in a picture sometimes.
We do it. We all do it. I've done it. Oh.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
There isn't.
If it makes a beautiful picture and you enjoy doing it, great. But the people consuming it shouldn't feel bad about themselves.
Yeah.
If they don't have those same glossy images or tons of followers and stuff like that.
I just want to go back to disposable cameras.
You want to go back in time.
I want to go back to film.
Yeah. I mean, but we can't. So it's almost like you have to make the best
Sarah,
of...
pull up your big girl pants. Get on with it.
I mean, we all have those moments where it's like, oh, for Pete's sake, I got to take a picture of this, or take pictures or it didn't happen.
Right. And we all do it. I have to do it.
And it's like, it also grappled with the ways that having a big following can also be oppressive and how you feel obligated to post all the time and interact and engage with people, and just there can be a burden along with it. And like even just in running our podcast network, a lot of the people that host the shows on our network are influencers or reality stars, and they really feel obligated to their following. Like if their followers are like, your episodes aren't long enough, or your whatever, they get upset.
Oh, I know how we feel. I know how I feel.
You feel like you have to make everybody happy, and that's not possible. So you're chasing
I've tried
the
to
wind.
correct. How am I doing?
Right, I clear my throat too much.
Oh gosh.
Right, so I think that's a good conversation to have, and I don't know. I just like when people are aware that what is making them feel less than maybe isn't real.
What's the solution? It's just awareness, right? Not like
I think so.
Because I mean, saying, "Oh, don't participate," it's like unrealistic.
Yeah, but like also, if somebody's taking pictures with a private jet and sort of flaunting their,
that's come on.
Yeah, that's unsavory.
Don't. Yeah, can we just not do that? Can we all just stop doing that?
I mean,
who like?
It's hard though.
I feel like
I
it's
get
just it's turned it. I don't know. People do like looking at those pictures,
right?
It's just okay. I think what's confusing. What's confusing is the same reason that Instagram felt it necessary to add hashtag ad.
Yeah.
Because it's portraying real life, hiding advertising in real life. And it's like, I just think that, when you look at when you know that it's important that the viewer consuming the media knows. I think the media has a responsibility to let the consumer know that they are consuming it. Like, I think that if it's morally, like, I think that comes down to like an ethics thing about like business ethics, that when you open a magazine and you see an ad, it makes sense. It's like, this is an ad. It's very clear. When you have a commercial, this is a commercial. It's very clear. The idea that these are real people and this is their real life, even though they're getting paid for it and it's getting bankrolled by this and blah, 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 blah. And they're making like that is just feels like false advertising in a whole new way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I can't put my finger on what it is, but it feels like there needs to be like an ethical clause in there or something like that.
Well, and whenever an industry is new, as social media was, then it doesn't have all the kinks worked out. So it takes a while to...
It's a learning curve,
Yeah. But there is a big thing, like even when I was talking about the paparazzi and how we all want the celebrity gossip. It's fun. And, like I said, with our network, we see which episodes do really well. If we did an episode where you trash talk Johnny the whole time, that would be our best episode ever.
We're just going to title that this. Sarah trash talks Johnny.
I mean,
people really think I care about that. I really don't.
Very popular. And when you know that, there's an incentive to do that, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole cycle of garbage.
Yeah. It's clickbait.
It's clickbait, and clickbait works. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it's just
so do we teach better? We teach how to look with a critical eye?
I think so. Yeah, being better consumers, being aware of where you put your time, where you put your dollars, all that stuff. Being intentional.
Yeah.
Just food for thought.
Food for thought. Man, you're feeding us today, Sus.
I know. I'm like so dark though, because it's a lot, and it.
Well, I mean, I think last time I was probably ridiculous, so it's a good balance.
Well, how about this?
We talked about BJ's. So.
I will give you a hilarious, ridiculous story after I just say that if you need a new bra, I know where you should go, and that's Third Love.
Third Love.
They've measured millions of women and designed a bra with all-day comfort and support, and that is something we should say that is good news. I mean, they have a perfect fit promise. They stand behind their products. If you don't love it, you can exchange and return them for free for 60 days. They have more than 80 sizes, memory foam cups, no slip straps. I mean,
and I mean no slip straps.
Yeah.
I always have that problem.
And
I always
hate
used to
that
say,
problem.
I have rounded shoulders. What even is that? I don't know. But my bra strap always would slip down. Now, no problemo.
Well, and I always say, don't sleep on their underpants either, because those are super nice.
Yes, I love the high-waisted ones. Oh, God, I love them.
They have a new collection that Sarah will love. It's called Ombre Mesh. It's like a throwback look, modern feel, vintage treatment. You'll love it. Super cute stuff. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone, so right now they're offering our listeners 20% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/brain now to find a perfect fitting bra and get 20% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/brain for 20% off today. Okay, this is a funny one. I'll lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Did you read the article that said that they taught spinach how to send emails?
Oh my God. I saved this. That was, this is so funny. It's the funniest title I've ever read. I was like,
WTF?
what? Oh, Susie, tell me everything.
Like, I still don't really understand it, even though I read the article.
It was one of those. I felt the same.
It's just this new technology called plant nanobionics. I feel like that's made
so
up.
much.
And they use
Isn't
spinach.
everything, though, Susie?
That's a good point. I love when you get deep. It says that they use spinach plant roots to detect nitroaromatics in groundwater. And those are found in like man-made industrial chemicals, like explosives. And then according to this study they did, when the carbon nanotubes inside the spinach roots detect these compounds, they can send a signal to an infrared camera, which then triggers an email alert to scientists who conducted the study. What?
We know why this works, Suze.
Tell me.
Remember when when we when we were talking about how they make different sounds? And the plants.
I was thinking of that when I read this article.
Yeah, so there are things that the plant emits. There are different. It's like not like the spinach. You're like, no, let me walk on over there and type it up. But there's it's the sound and the noise and the frequencies that these things emit, and then it sends back the information. Remember, I was saying like they. Yes, this is exactly it. They emit a signal. Yeah. It's totally that.
We were saying,
my God. I fucking love our show. We're always like 2 months ahead, but we don't have all the pieces yet.
Yeah, and we still don't.
Yeah, we don't know fuck alls.
Because we were reading about how plants can scream and stuff.
Yes.
And I made the joke that, like, what if lawnmowers are actually silent? All that noise is just all the plants crying. But apparently, it's the same concept that's allowing these spinach to tell scientists stuff.
I'm getting like hyped up, like I'm like.
Why do you love it?
I feel like Rocky right now. Like might be the sweatsuit, but I feel like I really do. I really like. It gets me so excited because it's just like the future. Oh man, like we don't even know what we don't know.
Yeah.
And that is the coolest. Me. And we have very different takes.
Well, because what if we're hurting spinach when we eat it?
We have to go. Okay, you have to know because that's like anthropomorphizing spinach to have the same feeling. Like we're projecting our experience of feelings onto them. They're emitting a noise, and that noise. We have to link it to like distress, you know? It's just a sound. We're the one who's labeling it like pain, weeping. Whatever. Weeping. So that's like why I say haircut, not amputation. Haircut, not amputation. When I prune my plants.
I know, but whenever you say things like we don't know what we don't know, then I'm like, wait, maybe it is an amputation.
But you're right. I mean, I don't fucking know. And it might just be like that movie I loved, the M. Night Shyamalan one where the wind and the plants are killing everybody. Spoiler alert. That's what happens.
What was
is so
that
good.
one?
Oh my God, it was so good. And I left that movie going, this shit is real and this could definitely happen. And people were like, no. They said that was so stupid because the whole premise is dumb. No, to me, it seems very accurate. So what happens is the plant, I'm going to tell you the whole thing. So the plants, everybody starts dying. People, wind will come through, like it'll get breezy. And then all of a sudden people will just fall over and die.
Okay.
And, they were thinking, it's the wind that's doing this. And then finally they find out that the plants are protecting themselves. They recognize humans as a threat to their environment. So, and we are. Oh my God, I get goosebumps just thinking about this. So they emit a neurotoxin that, and the research, there are plants that already do this to kill other, insects and other things. Plants are fucking weird, and everything under the ocean, there's weird shit going on. So we don't know anything. And so the plants all sent out these. And don't even tell me I'm crazy because the article says that spinach are sending emails. So how crazy am I for thinking that this is legit and real? This is the science, guys. So stick with me. And so, yeah, so I just that. I think that I left that movie being yep, that could definitely happen. And I can definitely see how plants would want, and nature would want to protect itself and look at us as a freaking parasite and get rid of it.
Do you
the
think
end.
that...
Well, thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Do you think that whenever the spinach send those emails about the whatever, that is then... What did the scientists do? They try to get rid of that... I need to know what happened.
What if that sent it straight to their spam folder because the only thing... Spinach, they just discovered email, so they're a few decades behind, and they're just sending the hamster dance. Right, and you're God damn it. There's
when they don't
all
hear
they're doing is
back,
emailing memes like everybody's mom.
Forward. And then they get mad, and then they say, per my last email... Best spinach.
Best. Oh my God, I'm dying. Per my last email. Spinach would have those vibes.
Yeah, because spinach doesn't take shit.
Does not. Or it also seems a little let me talk to your manager.
Totally.
Why
Karen.
is that? Yeah.
Karen
but damn,
spinach.
it's good for you.
Oh my God. I mean,
oh my God, I have to
like.
actually catch my breath. You have me laughing so hard from that. I'm dying.
Do you think that the scientists also think it's funny when they get those emails, or they're just whatevs, they're used to it?
From the spinach?
Yeah.
Or from the... No, I think they're used to it. They signed up for it.
Spinach sent me
They put their email in the... They signed up for their weekly mailing list. Their mailer.
Right, they're on Substack. They're getting newsletters.
That is so funny. Yeah, but I think that was the funniest headline I had ever read.
It was so great.
Science has taught. I mean, it's just fabulous.
And listen, scientists, you guys are doing great work and everything, but maybe less spinach, more COVID would be. I'm just saying, for now.
We can't. We also can't put everybody on the same.
Can we not?
Because
I need to go to Chili's real bad.
I know. God, I need to go anywhere real bad.
I have needs.
Yeah, I don't do anything.
I'll let them do their job. I mean, who am I to judge?
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe this is they're also that science is a very everything's very niche. You know what you know. These guys know spinach. They don't know fuck all about anything else. Guaranteed. And so they, I feel they're also on lockdown. So
yeah, you're right.
This is I bet we're going to have some great inventions and things.
That's true. That's
because
true.
They come out of necessity and boredom.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I like that spin on it.
Yeah, I like that too.
And the people at Apostrophe, the prescription skincare company, they have been doing real good stuff with science because you can go to Apostrophe and submit pictures of your skin, and they will help you with your acne or your wrinkles or like I have scars and dark spots or redness. Some people have redness. They will help you, and it's so easy. And then they will prescribe you whatever prescriptions you need to help your skin, and it'll come right to your house.
Yes.
That's the kind of science.
Don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
And get doctor grade, like, hello, skincare, perfect for your skin.
Exactly. You can talk to real doctors about whatever's going on with you, and then they will get you what you need, and you don't have to go to the doctor and all that jazz and sit in the waiting room where people are being gross. And they have a deal. You get $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/braincandy and use our code braincandy. The code is only available to our listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/braincandy and click begin visit. Then use the code braincandy at sign up, and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/braincandy and use that code braincandy to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. We thank them for sponsoring us. I've been using them for years. I love it. So easy.
And your skin looks fabulous. And those dark spots are definitely.
Thank you.
Better.
I agree.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Moving on. Let's see. Well, I did find this interesting. Sarah Silverman was talking about how she plays Words with Friends. Mm-hmm. And you know how on Words with Friends there's the area where you can chat with whoever you're playing with. And she, I guess, was playing with someone who used the word labia. Mm-hmm. And when they were like, oh my gosh, labia, that's so awesome, it like censored it in the chat.
Oh my God.
Like
I'm
it's
angry.
A swear word. And so Sarah was like, let me see if this is other words. So she tried like vagina. Yes, it did it. Penis. Nope.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. Oh my God.
Only female.
Ragey. I'm ragey.
And come on. Labia and vagina are medical, anatomical terminology.
I mean, if
Isn't
that
that disgusting?
isn't sexism, I don't know what is.
Like, and we've talked about this, how in
That is
movies they'll
disgusting.
get a word, like a more harsh rating if it's female orgasm versus male orgasm, things like that. Like female sexuality is considered explicit, whereas male is not. But body parts?
I can't even, it's like, I can't even make a joke because it's like, so, probably, Sarah Silverman probably didn't.
But also, why are they even censoring anything in the chat?
Right. And it's, if you can, if you can play it in the game, that's the thing that is just real crazy to me.
Yeah.
You just played that, and then you try to type it in the same thing, and you're not allowed to do that. And also, I like the people over there at Words with Friends to please use labia offensively in a sentence.
Good point.
Go ahead. Try to use that one. Why is it bleeped? Because you want to say it's an offensive?
Floppity sloppity.
That's not offensive.
No, it is not. It's a fact.
Susie. Which
I
is
agree.
maybe a fact, which means they're just beautiful, just like it is.
I mean,
I love it.
if it were a swear word, I still don't even think they should censor swear words in the chat. But
I don't either. Swear word, it's just ridiculous.
it really is. I was
The
surprised
idea
by
of
that.
swear words are ridiculous.
But anyway, yeah, so that was interesting, and I'm mad at Words with Friends about that.
Yeah. Okay. Is nothing sacred?
Labia?
Is there no safe space? That's what I should say. Like, is there no, you think, oh, I'm going to go play Words with Friends. Like, that's probably not going to be. I'm probably not going to be faced with a situation where I get a slap in the face with sexism.
For being who I am.
I probably am not going to have that there.
Wrong.
Wrong-a-rooski.
So, there you go.
I can't.
That was
I'm
bad
going to
news.
just go buy some pens. I wonder. I can't be running into any sexism buying pens, can I? Huh, look at this. Why are the pink ones $5 and say for her, and the black ones $2?
Can you believe that even happened?
No. But yes.
Right? And like
Cheesy,
the
crazy.
razors.
I can't.
The
right.
pink tack stuff. Yeah.
It's so real.
You know how we get mad all the time about...
Yeah, I'm familiar.
We get mad all the time about Mount Everest.
Oh, yes. Definitely we do.
I read another
I'd love
story.
somebody to put together, maybe we could do this for our 500th episode,
Right.
a list of things that we are mad about. This is my... okay, dibs. That's what I'm doing.
Dibs.
That's my contribution. People submit your stories, request things, lists of things that we're mad about. And
let us know.
We already know the patriarchy is on there, so don't we need to go deeper than that. That goes without saying. So we know the patriarchy. I've already forgotten all the rest because I just get ragey.
Things that nobody should be mad at.
Yes, mostly. Oh God, I can't. This is my favorite. Okay. Yes, mad at Mount Everest. Go on.
Another thing that made me mad. So the reasons we get mad about Mount Everest is because people are so freaking weird about having to climb it, even when it's super bad for the environment. And it kind of, I'm torn about whether it's exploitative towards the Sherpas because they do need the industry, but it just feels gross.
Well, we can't just it can't be like like leave the vacuum, like you can't just take it away and leave nothing in its place. You need some because there's a obligation because they created the system that is exploiting them to then replace it with a system that gives back. I mean, that's what I think. But
yeah, I agree. Okay. Well, apparently, it's such a status symbol to go there and actually successfully reach the summit that some people, of course, fake it and they'll Photoshop pictures of themselves at the summit. And then evidently, if you do this, you can get in trouble. And like people, I think the reason is because if you reach
trouble.
I think that if you reach the summit and maybe if you submit it in India or in Nepal or somewhere, that you can get like a prize. And so if you fake it, they get mad and they like ban you from mountaineering circles or something.
Oh my God. Yeah, because like, so I'm thinking of, we talked about the art being stolen. Like if somebody destroys priceless art at a museum, the only thing they get is like a stern wag of the finger.
Right? They're like, we're really mad at you.
Shame. And that's it. And like, faking climbing Mount Everest and photoshopping that comes with more punishment. I do understand if it's the, like kind of like a loophole thing, like you get them on forging documents, but if it's just like, hey, I photoshopped this and you're not like submitting anything.
Right, because that's what they're doing. They're just
trying to protect maybe this is the equivalent of brands going after people for like trademark infringement or copyright infringement and stuff like that. Like,
I guess so.
It's no. We own the right. I don't know.
Like I don't even know who I'm mad at. I don't know
either.
I'm mad at the people for faking it because stop being stupid.
Stop being stupid. We don't care.
I'm mad that there would be a fine or a punishment if you did fake it because also who cares? And I'm also mad that people even want to climb Mount Everest. Stop being stupid.
Stop being stupid.
We're not impressed
Nobody
anymore.
cares.
Nobody cares, but everybody does apparently.
I know. But like...
We should start telling people we've climbed Everest.
No, I don't want to get in trouble. Susie. And also... I am the worst liar and terrible at Photoshop. This is a bad combination for this.
Guys, I climbed Mount Everest.
Susie, on the other hand, no problem.
It was really hard.
How's Adam at Photoshop?
I'm doing it. It was really, really hard, and you should all be really impressed because I did it.
Wow, you are a real champion. We are all impressed. You know, but then again, when I hear like people who are, I want like only people I like to be able to climb it. Like people who are like the first woman to climb Mount Everest. Not personally, but Like, I'm thinking of now the two women, the twins who were, I think they were the first twins to climb Mount Everest, or the first female twins.
That is
who were from that race, the what's the race? The thing I like. The really, oh my gosh. The world's toughest race. The Eco Challenge.
Okay.
They did the Eco Challenge.
But I mean, the first twins, that's where we are with this? Come on.
Okay, you're right. Just don't do, like, there are other things we could do. Plus,
I mean, I'm sure they're
the first of
impressive
anything.
people, but...
Okay. Yeah.
Twins?
Yeah. I don't know.
Sarah, come on now. Like, if we did it, would we be like the first
No,
podcasters?
you're right. No. Oh, God, who cares? Yeah. Not even, nobody.
I just don't like this
fair.
whole thing. And even, like, there was some big debate about how tall the goddamn summit is, and they had to, like, measure it, and then they had to compare with this other company.
And then it's like, doesn't it change with
yes,
with freaking global warming?
Yeah, there was this whole thing like, is it taller now? Is it shorter? Who cares?
Oh, who cares? Yeah, leave it alone. You know what? the plants, do your thing. This is your call to action. They're probably going to be like, sit down. You don't rule us. I don't know. They're going to they're going to do the same thing they did in that movie and like kill everyone.
You know how people...
Just the people climbing Mount Everest. Like, stop it.
Yes,
actually, that's mean. I don't want them to die.
I
don't want anybody. Just stop ruining nature. We need to leave it. You know what? We need to do like what my mom said to me every time we went anywhere. Look, but don't touch.
Yeah.
Let's just do that.
Good idea. But the fact that you have to use those big oxygen tanks, it's probably a sign that maybe it's best to just look from afar.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say the same thing about scuba diving. But if you were going down to crazy depths and like pushing the limit,
and then leaving your tank, I mean that would be bad too.
Right. And they have a lot. And you know what? You know what? People who are scuba divers are way more respectful.
I agree. Any mountaineers out there that take offense, please let us know if we're wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong. Because they even have like a stand only on the sand rule. Stand
What's that mean?
Only. Like I know this because Ren and I were watching Jeopardy the other night and it was a question. It was like, what does SOSS stand for? And it was like stand on soft sand or stand only. Okay. SOOS, stand only on sand or something like that. So you
don't hurt coral or other ecosystems. And
I was like,
whatever.
See, that was in my head. I was thinking like, God, they're so respectful. Like, and you don't even you scuba dive like with your hands behind your back or like to your side. Like you're like as respectful to, and like you're very cautious to not touch anything and destroy nature. And people at Everest are like, man, I'm going to throw my shit on the side and it's just going to like freeze there and be gross.
That's what I'm saying.
And
it's so crowded now that they get in fights with each other. It's a whole big scene.
Oh God! And
it's like the challenge.
Well, and I can imagine the kind. Ask Johnny how his feeling about climbing Mount Everest is.
I mean, he's probably planning his trip.
I know.
And it's just like, I think a lot of times, I'm sure there's a lot of mountaineers who are just like the scuba divers you're describing, very respectful and
of course,
lovers of nature.
But not all mountaineers.
To me, it seems like the Everest crowd tends to be more people who just want to say, I did this one thing,
right?
And aren't I great? Rather than celebrating the nature stuff.
There was a great movie. What was the movie? Is it called Everest? I went through this phase where I loved like all of those mountaineering movies and what was that? The one that's so good where the carabiner breaks, which would never happen in real life. It just wouldn't.
See. This is not a documentary.
Not a documentary. Yeah, okay. There was like but there's a really good one about Mount Everest, and it is, you get like a taste, and I'm pretty sure it's accurate for the personalities of people who go up there. It's like there's always like the cowboy guy who's like, well, I got to race to the top, and I'm from Big Oil.
Who's the Hillary guy? Was he the first one?
Hillary guy? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't. Although I'm an outdoorsy gal, I just know about like John Mayer, and that's like it.
Let me see. Yeah, Sir Edmund Hillary was the first.
Oh, look at you.
I just remember because I think that's an interesting name because, anyway. Yeah. But he can do it. That's fine.
Right. That first you're okay
now,
with.
It's over.
Right. Now done.
We did it.
No more. We did it. We're fine.
Okay. I guess we should wind down.
Oh, yeah. Because I sure did wind it up there. Wind it up.
The same people that did those Bernie photoshops, feel free to Photoshop me on Everest, me and Sarah, and make it ridiculous. Make it clearly not Everest, so it's hilarious.
And make it so somehow look like I got there first.
Yeah. That is very important. And she could be carrying
only me, which is hilarious.
She could be carrying me.
That would be hilarious
and accurate.
Oh my! And accurate. Would I? Yeah, I'd probably end up carrying you. Yeah, probably.
Well, or leave me for dead. There's no way I would to the top.
Never in 1 million years. How dare you even say such a thing? My heart is broken.
I just am saying I would understand, and you'd have every right.
Don't devalue our friendship, and I would drag you down the mountain. I would die there with you. I would be like, I'm sure that's a character. That also is a character in that movie Everest. You ain't gonna watch it. You haven't watched Interstellar, so
I'll put that in the queue, though. Yeah. Let's talk about Sarah's still life phase.
Oh,
that's my new favorite thing.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to see if I can find that picture. It exists somewhere.
Please do.
Some picture of my grandma's house that had the one that I'm very proud of. I share it with you, Susie. I'm dying. You're making me laugh so much.
And we talked about the paparazzi problem. Hefner and the Playboy nonsense.
Yes. God, what happens? I literally remember nothing we talk about. Thank God I have you. We
talked about being fake famous and how you shouldn't measure yourself against that. Spinach or fucking nuts.
Oh my God! And Spinach sending emails. Oh yes, I gave you a very detailed run through of the entire movie of an M. Night Shyamalan movie that I don't remember the name of.
Right, I'm still like, wait, which one?
Oh my gosh. That's the best part, but it did come to me. It's called The Happening. So
okay. I don't need to see that one. I'll put that in my list.
That one you really should put in your queue. You could skip the Everest one.
I can't believe I didn't see it though, because I used to really get excited about his movies and then insist
There's a new
on
one coming out.
I know. Do you think
it really
looks
want
good?
To see it. Yeah, but I don't know if it. I didn't get the full take. They did one of those sneaky previews where it's like, what even is this? You know?
Oh, right.
I don't know what it is.
Right, but it's probably going to be good.
Yeah, because I love everything. I just it's scary without without. And I don't know why I love him. I don't know. It's either some people don't like his stuff.
Do you think it's just because he got so popular? And then there's always a backlash.
Matt's
I guess, and he can't live up to Sixth Sense.
What's wrong? But I think he did.
I agree.
Okay, well, there you go. This is something we're not mad about.
We're fine with M. Night Shyamalan. That's hilarious.
Okay. I love all you people. Give us a 5-star review if you love us.
Subscribe. We love you.
And bye.
I hope you enjoyed that show. You got this far, so you must be a hardcore podcast fan. We'd love to invite you over to our podcast, Twinning at Life. We'll be gossiping about relationships, yes, ours included, bachelor chatter, pop culture, reality TV, and really a bunch of real life stuff. Come join us and have some fun. Just search Twinning at Life on your podcast app.